Prince August has the pleasure to introduce our new 54mm scale Thai soldiers PA 850. We are going to show you how to cast them using our solder melting pot. We have rested the ladle on top of the pot to keep it at the right temperature. Using our digital thermometer, we dip the probe into the metal, stirring it slightly. The writing temperature stops at 350 degrees Celsius approximately and should be ideal for model metal. Shake any metal carefully off the probe before leaving it aside to cool. This is the first release covering the great powers of the 1900s. These moulds are of the Germans. The poses are standing to attention like on parade, and there are lots of accessories. We are including a PTFE rod, which is a slippery heat-resistant plastic that is inserted into the neck of the body, so a hole will be left after casting so the heads can be attached. These moulds include other heads and have a long rod for the neck to allow them to be interchanged. There are also swords, arms and a backpack included. First we prepare the mould for casting. Take the rod out before applying the release agent. If you do lose the rod, we have replacements on our Prince August website. You cover the surface of the mould with a release powder to aid the air escape. Add the rod back in after you have done this. Assemble the mould. Add the two hard support boards as the rubber is too soft to clamp on its own. Push away any dross in the metal and scoop up clean metal into the ladle. Carry it quickly over and place it on the edge of the hole and pour in until filled. Tap the mould to help settle that metal. Do the same in the other mould. Sometimes you get a leak when you are pouring in a lot of metal. Just give the mould a little squeeze in the area leaking and hold for a couple of seconds and the problem is resolved. Rubber is soft, so when metal goes in, it can leak. Don't be frightened by that. Any leaked metal will cool quickly and be remelted so you can reuse it once again. Once cool, dismantle the mould carefully and open the mould. The casting came out extremely well. You can see a little temporary mark on the side of the mould where the leak occurred. It has not harmed the mould itself. Any resulting flash can be easily peeled off afterwards. Carefully remove the casting. You should leave it for at least 5 minutes for it to harden and cool. The ingots are usually the hottest part of a new casting. Use your super snipper to remove the parts from the sprues, using the flat side of the snipper to get a clean, neat cut. Removing any flash is very easy. Just flex a little and it will peel off cleanly. Take the PTFE rod and keep it safe for reuse. Trim the neck a little and it should fit snugly into the body of the soldier. There you have it, your first finished soldier. Now to cut the backpack and other accessories off. Use the flat side of the snippers again to make sure you get nice even cuts. Take your time, do the rifle. Then each arm, again being careful not to damage the actual arms themselves until you've nothing left but the sprue. Now don't be afraid that you've got so much metal left over. All that metal can go back into the pot again to be melted down and reused in a few minutes. And there you have it. All the parts belong to just one of the 3 moulds that are in the new series. We tried the mould again with standard casting metal, our cheapest metal, an alloy of lead and tin. The temperature should be a little higher than model metal, so 380 degrees approximately should be perfect. Add your talc, put on your PTFE rod, support boards, clamps, then pour in the metal nice and smoothly, give it a tap, and then let it cool. After 5 minutes, disassemble it and you can see the castings came out extremely well. A little flashing came around the ingot, but they'll be remelted anyway. It's a cheap way to make an army using very economical metal. With 5-star metal you need about 400 degrees. Again, go through the same process, assembling the mould and preparing to cast with it. Because of the extra heat, you might see a small amount of smoke coming from the mould. That's unavoidable. And the results are excellent. Not quite as sharp as model metal, but certainly very, very good. Again, just remove the ingot and melt them down. It is a lead-free option, so if that is a concern, this is a solution.